Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my 2019 favourites and fails. So I'm going to do a recap of the things that I really loved in 2019 and the things that I really despised in 2019. And there is also something that's kind of in the middle. Now I'll let you guys know I didn't want to film this video and I kind of still don't want to film it. I was considering not doing it because I'm just not really interested, but and I know that sounds bad, but I'm gonna do a video where I recap my 2018 favorites and fails and see how I feel about the products a year later. And I figured if I want to do that next year, I have to do a video talking about my favorites and fails of 2019. So I went through all of my videos, all of them, every single one from 2019, and I got a list of things together and I'm going to go through them today. I'm going to start with tools, but before I get into it, I will let you guys know that some of the stuff that is in this video was not released this year. It's stuff that I discovered this year, or even stuff that I've actually been using for years and still love and adore. This is just about like the favorites, the shit that I really loved this year, whether it is stuff that I have been using for years or I discovered this year. So let's get into tools. I have a box of them. Okay, Ella sponges. These have been out for ages. The mint ones launched, I think, January or February this year. But the sponges have been out for quite a while. I've been using them all year. I love them. They're amazing. And another sponge that I really enjoyed, which is quite similar to the Ella sponge in its softness, but the textures are different, is a Nikkia Joy Cosmetic sponge. If you buy one, it won't look like this. I use mine today. I use it all the time. I love it. It is a beautiful soft sponge. I adore soft makeup sponges. While we're talking about Nikkia Joy, I will quickly also mention her Velvet Finishing Powder. I love this stuff. So this was released this year along with the sponges. This is a beautiful powder. If you have oily skin, you're going to adore it. It is just, it's the bee's knees, but I do like it on my dry skin as well. So love that powder. 2019 was the year of loving sponges for me. I have another one here. It's dirty again because I use it because I love it. It's the Super Sponge. So this is a makeup sponge that you get wet and it has a silicone coating. I particularly like this for using it with buildable foundations. So if I know that I have a foundation that has a light to medium buildable coverage or medium to full buildable coverage, and I want to go in with the maximum amount of coverage that it can sort of achieve, I use this sponge because I don't have to fluff around with multiple layers. This just puts it on, not thick, but it gives it the best possible coverage that the product can offer. And that's why I love this sponge, because it stands out from any other sponge that I have in my collection. If I want to get maximum coverage with a standard sponge, I have to use multiple layers or pack it on really thick, which I don't like doing, so I don't do it. I use this and I fucking love this sponge. Let's talk about the Besame Sleeping Beauty Mirror. This is a piece of makeup art. It is divine. So it's a metal mirror. This part and the handle is metal. It's really heavy. The mirror is beautiful quality. You can feel it. Like you can feel the weight in it and the quality. On the back you do have some enameling, which is really old school, very appropriate for the theme of the makeup collection, and it is done really well. I adore this. I absolutely love this piece and I'm so glad that I bought it. I use it quite often. I do think it's not the perfect size to do a full face of makeup. You can, but I prefer something a bit bigger to like help with accurate balance of application, but it's a really nice piece, and I'm so glad that I have it. And I think if it was any bigger, it would be a shit to hold because it's really heavy. Brushes. So I've got two affordable brands here. I'll just start with Ella because I've already talked about the sponges. So Ella brushes, I've been using them for a couple of years now, the like original ones. I believe I discovered last year, and they brought out an eye set this year that was made up of mint green handle brushes. This is not how many brushes are in the set, obviously. Most of mine are dirty, so I just grabbed what was clean. And then this year they also released a new like face and eye set. They called it the Queen of Hearts, and the handles have encapsulated heart glitters in them. Really nice quality brushes. You can buy them individually or as a bundle, and I think if you're looking for brushes that are more affordable but also cruelty-free because they are synthetic, it's a good place to start. I really like the quality of their brushes, and mine are always dirty. Another affordable cruelty-free brush brand is Quartz Beauty. So this is a brand, look, this is a really bad oh god, I feel like I'm not doing this justice. It's a really bad representation of the brand, what I'm showing you here. 3 tiny little brushes. I have the whole range. They're dirty. I use them. I'm always using them. They're always dirty. So that's why I've got 3 small clean brushes here. But again, like I said, they're always dirty. I use them. They're great brushes. Another brush brand that I discovered this year and fell in love with is Rephr. So they launched this year, and I was really lucky to be able to like test out a lot of their brushes. They sent them to me, and again, like my Rephr brushes, they're dirty. They're all dirty. I'm in much need of doing the brush washing, but I've just got back from being interstate with family for Christmas, and there was a package from Rephr that had 2 of these boxes in them, and they sent the their holiday, their travel set. So their travel set is pretty cool because essentially what you have are full-size brush heads. So the heads are all the full size that you would get if you purchase the full-size brushes, but the handles are smaller and made to be more compact for traveling. So that is really cool. I thought I would show you guys these ones because they're all clean and beautiful, but I love Rephr brushes. I just adore them. The quality is spot on. I would put these comfortably on par with Hakuhodo brushes. They're just beautiful, really, really beautiful. I love that, like my Luxe brush collection has grown in 2019. If you watch any of my videos where I talk about Luxe brushes, you guys know how obsessed I am with them. They're my jam. And Rephr has just like blown out my collection to massive proportions this year, and I'm not mad about it. These are so beautiful, lovely brushes, and they have something for everything, like powder brushes. They've got big fluffy eye brushes, they've got itty bitty pencil brushes, flat shader brushes. I also want to show you this one, which is really cool. It's like a sort of like a mini flat top kabuki style brush. Absolutely gorgeous. They have like something for every job, which I really love. And these little like travel handles are pretty cool. I do like them. So yeah, Rephr brushes, way up there. Massive favorite of 2019. I've got some things here that aren't makeup related. They're just beauty products. I'll get through them. The rest is makeup. I discovered a fragrance this year that is just like, my god, my actual god. It's this Dolce & Gabbana 3 L'Imperatrice. I don't know. I don't even care. It should be called I Smell Fucking Amazing, because it does. This is, I don't even know what it is. Like, it just smells so fresh and divine. and I've been squirreling it away. Like I've used a tiny bit of it, but I use this. I'm such a stingy bitch with this. It's so fucking good, and I believe it's been discontinued. I saw one bottle, I think it was like 50% off at Chemist Warehouse, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not buying it. I was like, don't buy a backup. Like, I'm trying to get out of the habit of buying backups of things that I love, but I feel like I was stupid because I'm pretty sure this is a discontinued item, and I adore it. I absolutely adore it. So if I see a bottle that's definitely, if it's on sale, I'm going to pick it up. But yeah, I love this. Favorite fragrance discovery of 2019, hands down. Lush Yognog Shower Gel. Oh, this should have been done a million years ago, Lush. You should have yognogged this and everything else. They also have a body mist. I haven't picked it up, but I'm not saying that I won't, because I might. I don't know. We will see. This is just divine. I love this scent. And oh, previously it was just a soap, and then this year, oh, actually, was it only this year? Maybe last year they made a bath bomb out of it, or earlier this year. I can't remember. Anyway, they made a bath bomb. They've got like a bubble bar, all that stuff. I don't have baths, right? So I was like, you're not allowed to buy that because it's ridiculous. I had a whole box full of Lush bath bombs, bubble bars, stuff like that, bath related things. And I finally gave it up. I gave most of it to my sister and some of it to other family members. So I gave up all of my Lush stuff that I'm not going to use, but shower gels, love them, love them, love them. And the fact that they yognogged this, I'm just like, my life is made. I don't have to worry about missing out on yognog anything. I can buy a shower gel. But now I have this little one and a big 1 kilo one of them. So I'm set probably until next Christmas. Favorite nail polishes? Not really. They're actually gels. Gel polishes. Favorite gel polishes. So these are from a brand called Biosculpture. They are the Evo 2 gel polishes. I have 5 here. I picked them up at the, it's not Salon Melbourne, it is Beauty Expo, I think they call it now. So I picked these up. It turns out that this is like a pro only brand, so you can only purchase it if you are basically a nail technician, if you have a salon, all that stuff. But they were very kind to us and they let us buy some at Beauty Expo Melbourne, and these are amazing. I have what have I got? Help me, brain. I've got 2 color changing ones, so these change with like heat. You might be able to see with this one. Hang on, let me see if I can show you. It's pretty hot today. So you just get it warm and it changes color. So it goes from like a sort of, you can see it, it's doing it now. It's doing it. It does that. So they both do that. The purple one goes to a beautiful blue color. No, not hot enough. And then I also got a dark teal and a sort of, it doesn't show up on camera properly. It's sort of like a fluorescent orangey peach. Absolutely stunning. And also a glitter one. They're just amazing. The formula of these is so good. I was looking online this morning, actually, when I was sort of writing my list, because I was like, I want more of these. Let me see if I can find like a retailer that stocks them that I do have access to, because when I used to freelance, I had like memberships to stores that you had to be a professional in the field to have a membership so you could shop there, and unfortunately none of them stock it, but they have some colors that I really want. I want more. I want more of them, and if they were easier to access, I would buy them in a heartbeat. They have some that I believe came out this year, and they're like chameleon polishes or multi-chrome type polishes, but they're not actually polishes. It appears that they're the gel color coats. So yeah, I want them, but also like I'm confident with these, but I'm not trained in nails. And I know that they have like a training course, and I'm kind of considering doing it just so I can have access to these things. But yeah, these polishes, absolutely amazing. You can like get them done in salons. So if you get your nails done, you can, like some salons have these. So amazing. And goal for 2020 is to get more, basically. Okay, let's do makeup. I have a stack of palettes here that I want to talk about, all from the same brand. It's just, this was a love that I discovered this year. Coloured Raine. Holy shit. Why don't people rave about this brand more? If they had, I probably would have jumped on the bandwagon earlier, but I didn't, because I felt like they kind of went under the radar. So the Queen of Hearts palette was the first one I got, yes, and I got it in PR from Glam Raider. Thank you so much, Glam Raider. I love you. And I fell in love with this formula. It is just divine. Also a beautiful color story. And when I fell in love with this, I went onto their website and I was like, I want more. They had a sale and I pretty much brought their whole repertoire. So I love Coloured Raine. I think that, oh god, nearly dropped them off the desk. I think they're just divine. The formula is really lovely. It's very rich, extremely pigmented. And I like their little color stories. They're just lovely. So I discovered Coloured Raine this year and really fell in love with them. I also have their Power palette. It's down here on the ground next to me, but I just got it very, very recently and I haven't had time to play with it yet. But Coloured Raine, massive, massive favorite of 2019. I have one other palette favorite from 2019, and it's this guy, Colourpop Main Squeeze palette. So look, the formula of this is not mind-blowing, outstanding. It doesn't stand up to Coloured Raine, I can tell you that much. But the color story of this palette was me to a T in 2019. Love reds. You can see red eyeshadow. I'm obsessed with it. I'm still crazy about it. And this palette was just everything that I wanted from a red palette. I remember when I first saw it, when we were talking about it on Beauty News, I was like, why is there a gold? Why are these in here? They're not red enough. But they all work so beautifully together, and the colors that don't look like they're red really bring out other red tones and pop next to reds. So I love it. This was an absolute favorite of mine in 2019. Okay, I have some minis to represent something that I really loved. The Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. My goodness, this is a stunning mascara. I have heard I have heard a few people say that the minis are better than the full size. Now, I can't really chime in on that. I don't have feelings about it because I haven't tried a full size. But I've been squirreling these away for so long. I got them both this year, obviously. But I squirreled them away like they're a treasure, because they are. And the fact that I didn't have to pay for them is even better. But this is just, oh, it's such a good mascara. Probably one of the best that, like, it's up there in probably the top 5. I can't think of 4 others that I care about. What am I wearing today? Roller Lash. I do like that one. And I'm sure there's others. I don't know. But like this, basically, if I could only buy one mascara, if I lost my whole collection and I needed to like buy a mascara, I would buy this. In fact, everything that I've talked about that's favorites here, if I lost my whole collection, these are the things that I would replace. There you go. Foundations. Okay, I've got 2. This one is a Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. This launched this year and I love it. It is it's not a foundation for the weak of heart. It is full coverage, and it can take a little bit of like playing with to work out how you like to apply it. I tend to mostly apply it with a sponge, but I find that it works just fine with a brush as well. It's just a lot of coverage. But I really love this. It holds up forever on oily skin and forever and a day on normal and dry skin. I adore this. This was definitely the best foundation or the best new foundation that launched in 2019 for me. Another foundation that I loved this year is, it's an oldie, but it's a goodie. L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. Now, this has been discontinued in Australia. I don't even know what the fuck. Why? They discontinued it for this. This is the Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. Okay, to be fair, I haven't tried this on my skin, like my dry skin, but I've tried it on my oily skin, didn't care for it. This works beautifully on all skin types. It's just stunning. I love you. I bought multiple backups of this when I knew they were discontinuing it, and I do not regret it a single iota. I adore this foundation. I'll be heartbroken when I use up my stash. It's still available in the States, so I'm sure if I really tried, I could get my hands on it. But for now, I'm set. I got my backups. This is a new bottle that I opened, and I've already used quite a lot of it. But yeah, I love this foundation. I'm going to talk to you about face mists. So I don't know if anyone else goes through this. I'm not going to be the only one. But I don't know if people are going to want to admit it in the comment section. Occasionally I go through phases where I am just smitten with specific types of beauty or makeup products. This year for me, it was face mists. Sorry. I've got people working out the front. So anyway, face mists, massive obsession. And I brought a lot into my collection in 2019 to the point where I'm storing them, there's physically no more space for me to put any new ones. And I've sort of put myself on a ban from buying them. So there's that. I've got to use some up in 2020. I'm going to show you some of the ones that were like my absolute faves this year. I have 11 of them in front of me. All right. The MAC Mini Fix Plus. Love these. So I've got pineapple, cucumber. I also have peony, which was my fave, and I'm going to put it on now. Oh yeah. Oh my God. So good. Oh yeah. And then watermelon. Now I bought 4. I bought these 4 and one was gifted to me. I love these. They're fantastic. Really good travel friendly little bottles. You can refill them. Just be careful when you're unscrewing them and screwing them back on. You can totally snap the mechanism in here and it won't work. But I just think they're great. And the scented, I love that they're scented. It gives a little bit of a different vibe to the Fix Plus thing. Massive issue with these, their price. They are so overpriced. Everything MAC does is overpriced. That brand actually offends me. And I'll talk about something else that offended me from MAC a bit later in the video. But those sprays are great. Oh my God, I'm making space on my desk. Another mist that I really, really loved this year, the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultrafine Mist. I haven't used much, and you know why? Because I squirrel it away like a crazy person. I love this. There's no reason for me to squirrel it away. I can repurchase it if I want. It's not limited edition. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg and your firstborn child like the fucking MAC ones do. I need to use it. I need to love it. And I do love it. I already love it. I'm not going to spray any more on my face because I am a glowing ball at the moment. I love this. It's amazing and the scent is great. Maybe one spray, just one. or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. I can't stop. That stuff is so good. Oh, I love it. I love it. Also, the mister on this is microfine, which is really nice. If you like a microfine mist, that's a good one. Something else that I love that are mists, and look, these are, you can use them as like a finishing mist or as a priming mist. They're from Smashbox. These are the Photo Finish Primer Waters. So I had a mini of the original one that I put in my project pan, and I'd used it a few times and I wasn't like blown away by it, but because I had it in my project pan, I was using it really regularly, and I was using it as a priming mist and as a finishing mist, and then sometimes in between makeup layers, similar to what you would do with the MAC Fix Plus. It's so good. It's so good. This does something to makeup. This does a thing. I don't know what it is, and it's really subtle, but it does a thing, and it's so good. I love this. I bought 5 this year. I brought all of the Hood Witch ones. No, I was gifted one of the Hood Witch ones. Which one was it? I can't remember, but I was gifted a Hood Witch one, and I purchased the others when they launched in Australia because I love them. And then I purchased these 2 scented ones that were released earlier in the year. There's Centering Citrus and Serene Greens. I believe they brought out a 3rd one. Did they? I can't remember, but I don't think I bought it. If I did, I've lost it. But anyway, love these. They're fantastic. They did bring out some for Christmas, some mini ones that came in like duo packs. They didn't come to Australia. I blame Mecca. I'm so offended. And I'm also offended at like Australian beauty consumers for not buying more of this product because, oh God, I'm going to drop them. Because it's amazing. You need to go and buy them and use them regularly and see that it makes a difference, and then Mecca will bring all of the primer waters. I love them. If they released, like if they announced another collection of like 3 different scents tomorrow, I'd be ready to buy them because they're my absolute favorites. I've just got to use them more. Use them more. Then you don't have to feel guilty about buying them. Oh my gosh, I have another palette. I found another palette. It's so small that I couldn't even see it under all the other crap on my desk. The amazing crap on my desk. Victoria Beckham Beauty. So this is the Smoky Eye Brick in Tweed. Yes, Tweed. So this is a little eyeshadow quad. I love this. So I purchased these this year purchased this, and I'll talk about, look, let's quickly get this out of the way. This is the Satin Kajal liner. Really enjoy this as well. I think it's a beautiful product. It is very pricey. I would consider buying more if, you know, I was making another order of Victoria Beckham Beauty stuff, but it's not something that I would purchase on its own because I wouldn't be willing to pay shipping for it. But the little Smoky Eye Quad, oh, I love this. When I first used it, I was like, pigmentation isn't that great. And then I realized that I don't think it's meant to be. This is no fuss beautiful makeup that is designed to enhance your beauty, not create like Instagram baddie looks essentially. And I really needed that in my life at that time to sort of bring me back down to earth because I've been doing shit like this for so long. And yeah, this made me appreciate, or it reminded me of when like I used to do makeup on clients and it was all just about like the natural beauty stuff, and it made me like sort of connect with that, and I really appreciated it. The formula is still beautiful. It's just not, you know, it's not crazy Coloured Raine, bright, intense, so much pigment that you got to be careful with it. It's easy, effortless makeup, and I really love it. The packaging is sick too. Little metal, compact, it's tiny, it's travel safe. Love it. Favorite eyeliners. Marc Jacobs fine liners. So these are the ultra skinny gel eye crayons. So I purchased 4 this year. I can't remember which was my first one that I purchased, but I don't know. I've got the Cinderella, which is a grey shade. Let me quickly swatch these. All right, so there they are. Cinderella is one that looks almost black, but it is a very dark grey. Then you have Dove Affair, which is a lighter grey. Fine Wine is the burgundy red, and the dark purple is Blacker Berry. I love these. They're gorgeous. So I really like the Marc Jacobs standard eyeliners, but these little like skinny ones are great for doing just like detail work and then smudging them out around the eyes for a little pop of color that lasts forever. I know not everyone gets along super well with the longevity of these. They find that they smudge and stuff. Never had an issue with that. I love these, and I totally add more to my stash. They just need to release some colors that I actually want. Last eyeliner, Suva Beauty. This is Cherry Bomb. So this is a red that is unlike any other red eyeliner that I own. So these need to be activated with water, or you know, whatever you want to use to activate it. Essentially, I just use water. I find it works fine. But the red of this is I don't know, it's just next level vibrant. Like, I own a lot of red eyeliners, as you can imagine. Sorry about the noise, but it is what it is. We're going to continue. I own a lot of red eyeliners, but this is, on camera, it looks a bit orange based. Hopefully you're picking that up. But in person, it's also a little bit blue based. So it's kind of like this perfect fire truck engine red. It's unlike any other red eyeliner that I own in its color. It's like red in its most purest form. It is divine. I adore this. If you want a red eyeliner that is gonna like make people stare, that's what you want, because it's like, I don't know, it's just, it's so perfect. This is probably my perfect red shade, to be fair. It's just feels like red in its most purest form. Oh my god. Okay, this video is going to be long. I've got some lipsticks that I want to talk about. Let's run through these guys quickly. So I have Tom Ford Fucking Fabulous, which is a gorgeous, perfect red lipstick. This was gifted to me, my lord. It is just stunning, and you can see like the difference in the colors there. So the Tom Ford one is probably, I would say, it's got some pink and blue in it, but it makes the Cherry Bomb throw very, very orange. But it's, to be honest, the Tom Ford looks like almost like a vibrant pink to me next to this guy. And no, I'm not colorblind. It's just things look different on camera. But gorgeous lipstick, beautiful pigmentation. It wears really nicely. And of course, finally, I own something from Fucking Fabulous. So, you know, it's pretty special for me. The potty mouth. I have the Natasha Denona. I Need a Nude in 1B Charlotte. So this was also gifted to me. All 3 of these lipsticks were gifted to me. And turns out that there's some of the most interesting and exciting lipsticks that that like came into my collection this year. So this is sort of like a baby poop nude, and I can't even tell you how cool this looks on the lips. I love it. It works so well with the undertones in my skin as a nude shade. I'm not a massive fan of the formula. It is a little bit silicone-y, and I've got really, really dry lips, so it can cling and not look great, but I like to pair it with a gloss, and Oh my god, it's amazing. It's such a cool color. And this one I have is the NARS Connor Tingley lipstick in Carrera. So this is a nude as well. Oh, it's just so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. I don't even need to I don't even know how to describe. It's kind of like a cinnamon color. It's like cinnamon perfection. I love it. It's gorgeous. All three of these lipsticks are like top shelf for me. They're bomb. And my last favorites before I get into my fails are none other than the Hourglass Confession Ultra Slim lipsticks. So I pulled out my whole stash of these. I'm pretty sure I featured them in pretty much every fucking favorites video I've ever done in the history of time since they released. That's very dramatic. But these are the ones for me. If I could only have one lipstick formula or one lipstick at all, it would be one of these. I don't know which one. That's not something that I'm willing to get into. You can't make me choose between my children. But these are my favorites, my absolute all-time favorites. I have, you know, the gold ones are from the standard range and some of the holiday sets that they've released. The silver ones were, I think they were just a mid-year duo that they released. There's also some pink ones that were Valentine's Day, and then the ones with this shit on it, this clear plastic, biggest mistake you ever made, Hourglass. They are the holiday ones. So there we go. Love these lipsticks. I'm just going to put them down and stop talking about them because I talk about them always, and you're probably all sick to death of hearing me talk about them. But it would not be a 2019 favorites video if I didn't say that these lipsticks, like every motherfucking last one of them, is an absolute treasure in my stash. Alright, let's do the shit things. I do have some like proper legit shits, but I've got one that's sort of a bit in between. It is the Urban Decay Game of Thrones collection. So, okay, massive Game of Thrones fan. If you didn't know that about me, now you do. I'm not going to harp on about it because the people who do know are probably like, we know, Hayley. We saw how many Game of Thrones scotches you purchased that you're never going to drink. By the way, still haven't opened any of them. Now, because of my obsession with Game of Thrones, I had to purchase this. There was no way I was not going to buy it. Oh, fuck, man. She's big. So, this, look, I just feel like, this collection was designed and created by someone who thought they were a massive fan of Game of Thrones, but really they missed a few episodes here and there, or, you know, they liked it, but they were just saying that they really loved it to fit in with the rest of their friends who really love it. It's a little bit uninspired, shall I say. I think the eyeliners, these are really nice. I feel like they're quite appropriate to the television show, and the quality is good. The lipsticks, I just like, I feel like putting in like a gold shimmery lipstick for Cersei Lannister, like, okay, they, you know, gold is like their color and all that shit, but also you've just created a piece of trash that looks like shit on the lips and not many people are actually gonna wear. The biggest motherfucking disappointment, the Sansa Stark lipstick. I mean, look at it. It should be okay, right? Like, it's a nude lipstick. But the formula is just, it's so trash. I mean, it even looks shit swatched. Can we? It's just, it goes on the lips sort of patchy and like it grabs and it's not good. It's not good. It is It is an actual trash bag. The Mother of Dragons highlight palette. My God, what the... I don't even, like, we don't need to actually talk about that, do we? Like, you get it. The lip and cheek stain thing, I don't even know why. I don't know. Like, we could have done better, right? The brushes are a double-edged sword. Boom tish. The handles are sick. They're metal, they're well done, they've got great detail. I really like them. Then you turn them over and like, it's like a crappy double-ended piece of crap that you get out of a naked palette. Like, they're not good. And then you have the palette, and this is probably where they ticked 99% of the boxes. So inside you've got a mirror, you've got the pop-up throne, you know, all that shit that you never look at. And then you have this guy. The color story, fairly appropriate to the show. I'm sure that they could have done better. I've seen fans do better. So, you know, there's that. But they did hit the nail on the head with the quality, which is really good. I think Urban Decay knew damn well that if they didn't get the quality of the palette right, like if it wasn't usable, like some other palettes that I'm going to talk about in a minute, people would absolutely rage, and rightly so. So this collection, I think I'm disappointed because my expectations were sky high, and I just don't think Urban Decay can meet those expectations. The end. All right, it's time for the trash bags. MAC Fleur Real Highlight Powder. So this looks sick. Looks so amazing. It's got like this sort of shimmery, metallic, beautiful gorgeousness down here, and then a chalky white powder up here. So I've swatched this chalky white powder quite a few times. I refuse to touch this because that is like the second coming of Jesus down there. It is so pretty. But this is, yeah, it's just chalky white powder. Sorry, chalky pink, like baby pink powder. Have I been saying white all the time? It's not. It's like baby pink powder. I don't understand this product. It's trash. I feel like every time I saw this was wildly popular. Very difficult to get your hands on, and I saw a lot of people use this, and I felt like people were either like they voiced their disappointment. They were like, what the fuck is this? Or they were like, oh, it's a collector's item, it's not designed to be used, use it as a brightening powder. I'm like, crushed up baby pink chalk would work just as well as this as a brightening powder. It's just not as expensive. Also, this shit down here, overspray. Absolute trash. 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 Oh, Besame Sleeping Beauty 1959 eyeshadow palette. So comes in a slip like this, and she pops out like this, and it's beautiful. Everything is so beautiful. And then you go inside and it's even more beautiful. You've got a gorgeous mirror. You've got the cells that tell you the shades that have been used to create the coloring of the characters. You have Maleficent over here. Same deal. It tells you like what shades were used to create the color of the character. And then in here you have all of the eyeshadows, which represent the shades that are used to create the cartoon characters. The formula of some of these eyeshadows is absolute trash. It's unusable. They don't blend together. They're patchy. They're just not good. They dropped the ball. Now, I have actually played with this palette a lot trying to get it to work for me, and I found that it hates any eyeshadow primer that I use, any concealer, and most foundations. So they're the things that I've used as like my base. It doesn't mind the L'Oreal Pro Glow. If I use that and just tap a little bit over my eyes and then go in with the eyeshadows, we have a better time, but it is by no means something that I would consider good or reach for on a daily basis, because it doesn't look good. You can clearly see that it looks like I applied eyeshadow with my asshole. So yeah, I don't think this is a good formula. Now, I don't know if it's there, like maybe it's to do with the pigments that are being used. Maybe it's to do with some of the like extra ingredients in there. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It's just, it's not good. And it's a motherfucking expensive palette. It was over 100 Australian dollars, and I expect more. All right, this is is it my last one? I think this is my last fail. Thank God. This video is going to be so long. I'm sorry. It's the Ciate Jessica Rabbit palette. Oh, fucking hell. This was an absolute disgrace, disaster, train wreck of an eyeshadow palette. It had so much potential. Even the color story looks like just fine. It looks fine. Totally like great. All good. These are just, oh, fuck me dead. So the metallics, they seal up when you use them, whether you like swatching with a finger or with a brush. Their pigmentation, they look all right swatched, but they don't go on the eye like that at all. The mattes are trash. The mattes are absolute trash. They just don't, I mean, they're light colors, so let's be fair about that. There's nothing deep going on in this palette except for like some of the, like the metallics here. But these are so chalky and so, like, you can just see, like, well, you can't see because there's really not much there. Quality of that palette is an absolute shit show. It should never, ever have made it to market. This was like one of my worst purchases all year. That and this and that Besame thing that was expensive as fuck. Yeah, this made me lose so much respect for Ciate. I've used a few Ciate products in my like makeup using time, and quite enjoyed them. Some I even really loved. The Chloe Morello Ciate palette, the original one. Not everyone loved that, but I loved it and I got along really well with it. And I was always fairly confident with Ciate. I was like, look, it's not groundbreaking stuff, but it's nice and I'm happy to purchase it when there's something that I really enjoy. And then I purchased this and I was just like, you're fucking kidding me. Are you serious? Like, who let this out of the dungeon? It's not good. It's so bad. It is so bad. All right, I'm feeling a bit grumpy. I probably should have started with the crap stuff and then finished with the good stuff. It probably would have made me feel a bit better. But now I'm just thinking about the shit. The MAC and the Ciate and the bloody Besame and a little bit of the Urban Decay Game of Thrones. But anyway, that's it for my 2019 favorites and fails. I'm so sorry that this video is probably going to be a feature-length film. I hope you watched it when you were ready to sit down and absorb so much information. Feel free to let me know down in the comments if anything that you saw in this video was also like a favorite for you, really like stood out to you in 2019, or if it was a fail. And if you want to say that one of your fails was one of my favorites, totally cool. It's all good. But if you liked this, you're a liar. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. If you liked this, actually let me know, because I'd be curious. I'm very curious to know what people think of this. You already know what I think of it. It's trash. Alright guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.